to build your establishment, your corporation. Why are you doing that? So that covers the over-masculinization of the black man and the black woman and how we deal with one another. There's no feminine love. There's no compassion. No willingness to help. Complete competitiveness. Whether us coming together and build something together, we rather compete with one another to see who is the most intelligent, who is the deepest, and waste a whole bunch of damn time while our enemy continues to reign supreme. We gotta get past that. We gotta get past that. The white man is our enemy. The white man is killing our people in Africa. He's killing our people in America. And everyone that he's missing, the over-masculinization in our community is making sure we get that back. See? Gotta change. The men in our community are still tough due to the skinny jeans and the tight shirts and sweaters that they're wearing. There has not been no drop in the amount of killing in our community. They still tough. They're still killing with each other. Look at the skinny jeans fags and then go check your news report and see if crime went down. Because everybody's so gay right now. See if crime went down. If we go and we test the crimes from homosexual communities, and we test the crime in regular black communities, you'll see more crime in the black community of straight males and the white community of white straight males than we'll find in the communities of homosexual males, be it white or black. And where we find those crimes at, many of them are being gay bashed, and those are the crimes that I have. So let's be rational and be realistic. What is the real threat to us? Is it these people with these tight jeans? Or is it the over-masculinization of ourselves killing one another? And the forces of white supremacy. See, who's really killing us? Who really should we be against? The gay community, which is a very small community, is very small. Very small community. Or is it this huge section of white two-legged dogs? Be it the white woman or the white male. Who's the worst enemy to us in our community? And what should we be focused on? Because if you're going to focus on the enemy, you should focus on the biggest one first. You should focus on the enemy that can do the most damage to you first. Because if you don't get him, you won't make it to deal with any of the smaller battles. Smaller battles are not going to take us out right now. The biggest battles have been known to wipe out entire tribes of people. See, whole tribes and nations of people do not exist on the planet anymore due to this big battle of white supremacy. That's all the energy of our black conscious community needs to be focused on. That is our complete meditation of dealing with who our real enemy is. The next part of the lecture I want to go into is calling it standing up and being a God. And when I say God, somebody gonna take that and over masculinize that, so now I gotta clarify. Being a God means having the courage and the determination and the bravery and the strength as an entity, as a self-reliant entity, to go beyond fear and lack, doubt, and limitation, and to face and confront your fear, and to stand up to who your real enemy is. See, to go beyond an illusion that there's an enemy or entity on the planet stronger than you, because nothing is bigger or outside than God. So realizing yourself as a God is that as such. And in that sense, the black man and the black woman are God. We use the word goddess because it is a feminine respect or a feminine appreciation of the form in which God chose to manifest in. So we say goddess. But nonetheless, the word God even exists in God. And sometimes the word goddess is a goddess. It's this and her as being a God. I'm going to put that one on the list. Sometimes the word God is that. But the black woman and man are God. Are God. What do I mean by that? They are spiritual entities that can self-realize and create reality. See? Whether that is the reality of a financial situation, as far as economic freedom, whether that is the reality of a relationship, a reality of health, a reality of community development, the black man and woman are a God in their ability to create their own life and their own destiny by the choices and decisions that they make. And they are equally God in that sense. I'm gonna need to charge. Yeah. They are equally God in that sense. And before, people argue who was first, the man or the woman. But before they even became woman, it was God choosing and deciding what it was going to be. So before we're man or woman, we're God first. So we're a spiritual entity that expresses and manifests itself as man or woman. But we're a spiritual entity, that same spiritual entity as man or as woman in this life. And choosing the form we come in, we are the chooser, and the chooser is God. See? And as we continue to choose through the entirety of our life, we're gods, whether we are conscious or unconscious of this fact. We are we're doing deliberate creation, or we are creating by default. But all the choices and decisions that we're making are creating the reality of life that we live in, the reality of our community, friends, families, and associates, both man and woman. So we are God in our ability to create, our ability to think a thought, and manifest that thought into a reality of our experience. We are God in the sense that we can go into our mind and creatively visualize the experiences that we want to have and then watch them manifest right before us. We are God. And our ability to create, not only in this life, and to create the next life that we live in. Man and woman are equal. Because we're creating the next life that we're going to live in. We're creating the next moment through the choices and decisions that we make. So the black man and woman is God. Sometimes we only look at creation as through having a child. We created ourselves. We were our first choice. These physical forms that we are walking around with. So what makes an entity a creator is not that they have children. What makes them a creator is their whole reality is born from their mind. See? And their very life is their child. Their destiny is their child that is being grown and cultivated by each and every thought that they are having. Both man and woman are God, and until they realize that, neither will find happiness on this earth, and they will be victims until they realize that. They'll be victims of their creations by default, and not deliberate creators of the heavens that they want to live in. See? So I stray a little bit from the conscious community when they say the black woman is God as a genetic argument. I'm not talking about a genetic argument. This is not a genetic argument. This is an issue of consciousness. Consciousness has no form. It takes on the form it chooses. And while it takes on a form, it still remains completely as it is, formlessness, simultaneously while it is in form. See? So the formless part of man and woman that has taken on the form of being a man or a woman is still God, complete in formlessness. And that's who man and woman visits when they go into meditation, when they go into creative contemplation, and when they are visualizing. They are a genderless entity that is choosing to create in this particular world. Sister said something deep. For a while I was looking at the biochemical reality of the homosexual movement, the gay and lesbian movement. When I see women turning themselves into men, I was upset about this. And I see men turning themselves into women. But then I thought about it, real guys know how to mind their business. Because they mind their creation and no one else's. So, what do you think that these entities did? I'm going in now, when they came into being. That formless, genderless nothingness turned itself into a woman. Because of this conscious thought, right? That conscious, genderless entity turned itself into a man. Because of this thought. Thought is the cause of it all. It did this before physical manifestation. So now that thought is still walking around as some of these entities. Saying, I choose to create myself as a woman now. Thus I'm already a man. You follow what I'm saying? The same conscious creative entity said, I choose to create myself as a man. Thus I'm already a woman. So the same creative process that made them choose being a man or woman in the first place is making them choose now. Whether they want to be a man or woman now. And who is there to tell them that they as creators do not have the choice? Just because we choose not to make that choice, and that is not our choice, doesn't mean that they don't have a choice. Because God is choice. Creation is choice. Creativity are the choices. You understand what I'm saying? And that is the reality of this universe. And anything else is Christianity. Is living in the prison of Genesis and Revelation. About what the world and the earth should be. Living in this mythological reality where everything is this and everything is that we've never seen. Well, men are supposed to do this. Well, the supposed must be dead. Women should do this. Well, whoever should be shouldn't it must be dead. Because they damn sure not doing it. So we can step out of the imprisonment of Genesis to Revelation and open up our minds to see the reality of creation in the universe. To see what is being created. To see what is manifesting. We don't have to go to the Bible to see what is manifesting. We can see what is manifesting in manifestation. See? We can see what should be by that which it shouldn't itself to be. We can see what's supposed to be by that which is supposing itself to be. Well, God said you should do this. Well, some of these people are stronger than God, obviously. Because they decide what they should do. Right? And they decide what they're supposed to do. And God ain't got shit to say. He's playing it back. He's getting little. So I'm not hating on nobody's creation. I might not want to look at it. I might not want to see it. I might not want to go to that museum. But that's just the universe. There's certain animals I don't want to see. Certain monkeys, I don't even want to see it. So goddamn ugly. Some of these creations are ugly based upon our relativity. You feel me? Of what is our creation? What is attracted to us? So we don't want to, we're not attracting what is unattractive to us. Thus the law of attraction. You feel me? We're not even attracting it. It's not even going to manifest in our reality because we're not attracted to it. But infinite possibility will always continue to exist. And for some, things that are just infinite impossibility become more possible. It's infinite impossibility to me, but for them it's more possible and more probable, and thus manifested. And they're just showing us the plethora of options of what we can create as divine beings if we so choose. Every time you see another human being do something, that's an option of something you can create. Those are options of creation. And you say, well, no, I ain't creating that. Well, I am creating that. It's all creation.